Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is the very first video that I am ever doing. So I'm just gonna get right into the details. I kind of want to explain myself and why I wanted to start this channel. So one thing about me is I'm very opinionated. I am very vocal about all my opinions. Sometimes it gets me into trouble. But basically I want to always kind of better myself and definitely look for improvements. And I've kind of been influenced by a lot of influencers on YouTube and also on Instagram, for example. So I have zero hopes of this channel blowing up. It's more just a sense for me to kind of better myself, and as well, honest. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all or an expert on anything that I speak about. It's basically kind of more of a better me tool in a sense, and I hope that you guys all enjoy what I have to say. If not, I know you're not going to subscribe. But at the end of the day, if I could just influence one person to be more vocal, be more themselves, do whatever that makes them happy, I don't even know, it would make my life like 100% complete. So I definitely want this channel to be very open, very broad. I don't want to kind of focus on one thing, for example, fitness or unboxing certain things. My friends and I were doing a food thing today, but I definitely am open to suggestions. So I kind of have a few ideas in mind, and of course I will open them up to whoever follows me in the future and get the comments and suggestions that you guys all want. So to start, my very first YouTube channel is going to be an about me. So I'm going to answer a few questions so you guys get to know me a little bit better. So my full name is Talia Belle Ochoa. Not Talia, not whatever anybody decides to call me. I used to be really sensitive about my name being mispronounced, but I've had it happen my whole life, so it really doesn't bother me anymore. So actually my father gave me my first name and my mother gave me my middle name. My mom wanted to name me Selena, of course, because I was born in 1995 and she passed away right before I was born. But my dad was very hesitant about that name, and he was just kind of said, no, she's going to be named Talia. So my mom named me Talia Belle, and Belle like from Beauty and the Beast, because you know, like I'm kind of a princess. I am 24 years old, coming up on my quarter century. My birthday's May 9th, and I am part of the Taurus gang. So I actually grew up in San Jose. My mother grew up here, and as well my grandparents as well. So I'm pretty much a San Jose local. I work at Stanford University Department of Medicine. I mainly support the Vice Chair of Education in the Department of Medicine, Dr. Abraham Verghese. So my family is a little bit untraditional. I am the youngest. My brother and I are 13 years apart. I have three nephews. Oldest is actually going to be 18, the middle is 14, and then the youngest is 3. So I'm actually closer in age with my oldest nephew than I am with my own brother. My mom likes to say I was more planned than my brother. However, I think I was kind of an accident. It was a great accident. So yeah, I've been the baby of my family for my entire life. Actually, my oldest cousin and I are 20 years apart. Willow Glen area. I went to Schellenberger Elementary School over on Coke. Everyone has a weird pronunciation of this street. But I went there from kindergarten to 5th grade, and then I went to Willow Glen Middle School and then also Willow Glen High School. I really did not have any set mind goal on a college. The only one I was really looking at was Boston University, and I actually got waitlisted, so I ended up doing my 2 years at Mission College in Santa Clara, and then transferred over in 2 years to San Jose State, and I graduated in 2017. So I am 5'6" and a half. The half is very important. So basically I'm the tallest out of all my friend groups, but I'm actually the shortest in my family for women. So that's cool. Understand more than I can speak of Spanish. So growing up, my dad actually was from Michoacan, Mexico, so he didn't know English when he first came to the US, and my mom didn't know Spanish when they met, so they taught each other. However, he thought that it would be a hindrance to my brother and I if we learned Spanish growing up, because he thought, whatever it may be. But actually, I really regret that I didn't learn Spanish growing up, because I feel like it's such a useful tool, specifically in California. This is a super tough question to answer, because I feel like my life goals change, and as I grow older, they kind of transform into a mold, but they also kind of drift apart. So obviously, one thing I would really love to do is basically be a successful career woman with a great job and a good work-life balance. I would love to have children one day and be like the super mom who is able to do it all. Obviously own a few homes and, be able to travel. That's really kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. And as well, that might change tomorrow, that might change within the next year or 5 years. No one really knows what the life goal is. It's kind of just more of a overarching view. So next question is, do you plan on continuing your education? So funny story, for about as long as I can remember, I wanted to become a judge. So that entailed me going to law school, which I actually majored in for my undergrad, was poli-sci with a minor in legal studies. And I really didn't want to jump right into law school right after I finished my 4-year, because I was working 2 jobs and as well going to school full time. So I kind of wanted to give myself a little break, and as well, law school is very expensive, and I wanted to kind of save up a little bit more money. And then as well, get a job that kind of helped me along the way. So Stanford does actually do a tuition assistance program for their employees. So I went through the motions. I took the LSAT twice. I applied. I, did everything that I needed to do to apply for law school. And I really struggled with my personal statement on why you wanted to become a lawyer. And the only thing that I could think of at the time was because I want to make a lot of money. And I really did not think that was the right decision to make, and as well the right choice to pursue law school. So I decided not to accept my offer, and I am now in prerequisites for my MBA. So completely different path that I'm taking. What is your favorite color? So no one really thinks this is a color, but I will 100% back this up and stand by this. My favorite color is glitter. What are 3 things that make you happy? My nephew, food, and beer. So I love food. I love to eat, but I also kind of why I love to work out. I am a huge person on my family and friend dynamic. They mean a lot to me. Like I said, I'm always kind of open to everything, and I would like to explore a lot of different things. What is one thing that you value the most? I'm going to say my family on this. I was always taught to value your family. The whole saying, blood is thicker than water. And I definitely value them so much, and they are the most amazing people I know, and I am in love with them. What is a fun and interesting fact about you? I mean, I think I'm pretty interesting all the time. Oh gosh. I have 8 tattoos and 6 piercings. What are 3 words to describe you? So I would say caring, determined, and I'm going to say it because my friends always say that I'm the downest person to do anything. So I'm going to say down. What is one thing that you think is wrong with you? Nothing. I'm a perfect angel. Just kidding. No, I think one thing that I definitely have fault in is speaking before I think about it. And it's something that I've been trying to work on. Like I said, I'm very opinionated and very vocal about those opinions. I can definitely dish out the sass. It's not like any famous quotes. It's just something that my grandfather always used to say to all of us, and that was, you only see faces, not hearts. And I actually have that tattooed on me. But basically, it's kind of just a daily reminder, like, not to judge a book by its cover, because what you see on the outside is not necessarily what's on the inside. Of your friend group. So, being that I went to a pretty small circle, I guess, area, that I've known people that I graduated high school with since I was in kindergarten. So I kind of have friends that I've been friends with since I was 12 years old. So it's been a very long time. And as well, I also, once I branched out into the adult life, I worked at CPK, California Pizza Kitchen, if you don't know the acronym, for about 5.5 years. And I made some of the bestest friends that I could have ever asked for at that job. So I kind of have, you know, the core friends, and then as well with the work friends, and then also being at Stanford, I've made quite a few friends that I value a lot. So I really kind of have a little bit of everything in my friend group. Is your target audience for this channel? Honestly, I'm going to say anyone and everyone. I hope that even my nephew wants to watch me. He's a constant YouTuber. Well, not YouTuber, but he is always constantly on YouTube. Like I said, if I can inspire one person, and one person at the most, I would just be very happy. What do you think you bring to the YouTube community that isn't already there? Like I said, I think YouTubers have very broad spectrums of what they cover, and really what I think I bring is my opinion, because not everyone's opinion is the same, and not everyone thinks in a certain chronological straight line. So really, like I've said before, and I've reiterated in this video, is I think I bring a different perspective. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you very, very much for listening to my spiels about me. So my next idea for my channel is kind of opening it up to a Q&A. So I'm actually going to link my Instagram in the bio down below. I think you call it bio. I'm not too familiar with the YouTube lingos, but I'll learn. So I'm going to link my Instagram, and you can submit a question to me that you would like me to answer, something that maybe you'd like me to cover, and then I'm kind of go through them and pretty much base what I want to add or remove from my YouTube channel's idea thoughts. But yeah, basically, if you just want to give me a quick little spiel about what you think I should be covering, that'd be great. Again, thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. My name's Talia.